We all know how close Stephan Curry is to his family, especially since he's continuing the basketball legacy of his father, Del Curry. But believe it or not, Steph's parents originally did not want him to play for the Warriors, and if it were up to them, he could have played for a different franchise. What was the reason behind this dislike? Why did they not want him at Golden State? Let's see in this video. Stephan Curry, the eldest of the Curry family, is unquestionably one of the many popular names on the NBA, and all of the basketball fans out there would agree with the fact that he is an exceptional shooter. Stephan grew up with sporting genes, all thanks to his mom and dad, and sporting victory that runs in the family genes. Stephan Curry's parents are Del Curry and Sonia Curry, who are now divorced. Stephan was born on March 14, 1988 to Sonia and Del in Akron, Ohio. Both his parents were great athletes. During Curry's childhood, his father was an NBA player and his mother was a famous volleyball player at Virginia Tech. Many stories have gotten out over the years about Curry and his family not wanting to go to the Warriors, telling about how Curry was unable to be with the Warriors and made it clear in closed-door discussions that he didn't want to play there. Steph liked how quickly the Knicks played at the time, and Del said more than once that they thought the Warriors' bad locker room management and loss of culture were a big problem. In retrospect, a lot of difficult things had to happen for Stephan Curry to end up being drafted by the Golden State Warriors in 2009. During drafting, 5 teams advanced. One team, the Minnesota Timberwolves, infamously passed on him twice, selecting Ricky Rubio and Johnny Flynn with the numbers 5 and 6 picks respectively. Curry's camp had hoped that he would fall to the New York Knicks at number 8. As the draft continued, the only team to prevent that was the Warriors, whose then head coach Don Nelson loved Davidson and wanted to take him at number 7 because of his excellent shooting skills. As the Warriors pick neared, Nelson reached out to Steph's father, Del Curry, whose opinion was valued as a 16-year NBA vet, to ask what he thought of Golden State drafting his son. In response, Del didn't like it and said no. Del recalled telling Nelson, "You ask me a question, I'll speak the truth. Don't suggest him for the Warriors." Why wasn't Del a fan of Golden State? For those who are unaware, Steph's parents, Sonia and Del Curry, didn't want him to join the Warriors before the 2009 NBA draft. At the time, Del, who played 16 seasons in the league, didn't think his son's game fit the Golden State's perspective. And Del had been very open about this. Del was so uncertain that he even let then Warriors head coach Don Nelson know the team didn't have his approval on draft day. The Golden State Warriors season could have been very different had the 2009 NBA draft not turned out exactly the way it did. They drafted Stephan Curry, the team's excellent guard, acclaimed leader of their regime, and all-time leading scorer with the 7th overall pick. However, Steph Curry wouldn't have ended up in Oakland if it were up to Steph's parents. According to John Schrock of NBC Sports, the couple did not want their son to play for Golden State. Del said there was no fit. "We just believe his game fit a better scenario, a better team." He talks of a team that played up and down, a team that played to Curry's abilities and ran the floor. After the 2008 season, the only team he would talk about was the Washington Wizards, with NBA legend Gilbert Arenas leading them. Steph had played just 2 years after dropping 28 points per game in the 2008-2009 season. They ended up trading their top 5 to Minnesota. He would talk about the Russell Westbrook-led Thunder. The Warriors Media Day came 3 months after the draft was made, a great chance to showcase their players and coaches in front of reporters before training camp. The event was a disaster. Stephen Jackson, who was the top scorer in 2008-09, started the celebration by repeating his wish to be traded. You can't blame Del Curry for being concerned for his son's best interests. He thought, according to CBSSports.com, the Knicks would be a better option. Warriors, at the time of the 2009 draft, they had made a playoff appearance only once in 15 seasons, during which 9 coaching changes had been made. The owner of the team was the much-hated Chris Cohen. Steph liked the fast pace the Knicks played at the time, and Del has mentioned on several occasions that the Warriors' losing culture and bad locker room leadership were a big deterrent in their mind. The game between two brothers, Steph Curry and Seth Curry. The team, the Golden State Warriors, headed back to the NBA Finals after finishing off the Portland Trail Blazers in overtime, becoming just the second team in NBA history to play 5 consecutive Finals games. The series also marked another achievement, the first time the siblings met in the NBA Finals. Steph Curry, the hero of the Golden State Warriors, competed with his younger brother Seth Curry. It's a situation that has left the Curry household divided. As the siblings battled on the hardwood, their proud parents nervously watched from the crowd. Is there any space for enjoyment? A reporter asked their father Del Curry, who replied, "Not at all. She's very upset," talking about their mother. By far, the most difficult decision for the family is how to support and whom to support. Steph Curry's godmother and 35-year family friend gave the idea of creating split jerseys so Del and Sonia Curry could cheer on both of their boys. Steph surpassed his younger brother in a thrilling overtime win on Monday night, but even as he moves on to another NBA Finals, he's looking at his brother's future. "I mean, one of us had to lose, but this is just the start for him in his career," said Steph. "We'll never forget this game." Despite the loss to his older brother, Seth says he doesn't have any hard feelings. He also posted photos of them playing against each other on Instagram after the game, with the caption, "Still a streak to remember, #family." Why was Sonia Curry concerned? Steph's mom, Sonia Curry, on the other hand, had different views on this matter. None of the basketball stuff mattered to her because she was worried about being too far from her son. "Well, this is the answer from a professional athlete and a dad," Sonia stated. "Mine was, the Golden State was too far. Where's my child going? I don't know where Golden State is located." The Warriors were still able to draft the Davidson product as their 7th pick, irrespective of the situation. This is a decision that will change the future of Golden State and the landscape of the NBA. The most memorable piece of advice by Sonia Curry. In conclusion, she advised you to write your own story, create your dreams, and live your own life. Curry has accomplished this as he set several records at the top level. The league's all-time leading scorer, Curry has been at an exceptional level throughout his entire career, and it all started with advice from his mother, Sonia Curry. Honestly, this is a great piece of advice. It's something that everyone needs to pay attention to and understand. Whether you're beginning your career, ending it, or trying to look for a new career, in the end, it's your story and you're the writer. Curry took this advice to heart and created a legacy that will live on for many generations to come in the NBA. The famed three-point shooter also started a movement for undervalued high school players like himself. In the middle of one of his best professional seasons, Curry, the league's only accordant MVP, will seek his 4th championship in 5 years. He was on another level, and it was those who believed in him from the start who would bask in the success of the 2-time MVP. If you look at the Golden State Warriors right now, some of you might be quick to say destiny brought Stephen Curry to the only team that could make him a superstar. But, believe it or not, everything wasn't supposed to be that way from the beginning. But we can say it all played out well in the end. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to this channel to learn more interesting facts about the NBA.